What's up, good people? How y'all doing? I want to welcome y'all to another episode of 400 DTV. I'm your man Tez.
Get that shit out by syllable.
Again, I'm your man Tez.
Big Marv.
What's going on, y'all? Man, Happy New Year.
Absolutely.
To everyone watching.
21.
This is our first episode of 2021. We want to welcome y'all again to 400 DTV, where the offense is guaranteed to be offensive. And, man, we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to do a recap of 2020. All the less than great things that happened, all the great things that happened. And we're going to talk about the projection of what we see happening in 2021. And we're just going to kick it off and just, enjoy it, have fun with this demonstration, and get ready to do what we need to do. So, brother, you want to go ahead and kick it off, man. Tell us what you think about on the recap. 2020, which is supposed to represent clear vision, and the vision was very clear.
It was some bullshit going on.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's just kind of crazy to even try to put your finger on it, because there was so much bad news.
Yeah, it was challenging.
Bad news across the board.
Yeah.
When that COVID kicked in March, I think it was here before March.
Oh, personally, I did too.
But they started really reporting it in March, and once that started, everything went downhill. So. It's so unfortunate, because everybody had the 2020 vision and everybody was positive and the outlook's gonna be great. And before the game could start, there's like, no, pull the plug on that.
Man.
So unfortunate, but yeah, it's been a very difficult year, man, and all the people passing away, man. You hate to start off even talking about that, because you try to find the bright spots in 2020, but you can't get around that COVID conversation, man.
We definitely couldn't get around the COVID conversation. I want to say this: on the last day of the year, one of my favorite rappers made his well, he didn't make his transition. He actually made his transition on Halloween of 2020, but his wife let everybody know he passed. MF Doom. He used to be with the group KMD back in the day. He was featured on that song with Third Base called The Gas Face. And then he went on to do his own thing, and like he was one of the most unorthodox rappers. And for y'all that don't know me, I'm a really super big hip hop fan. I like skills. I mean, you ain't got to be able to make a song. I just want to be able to know that you can rap. You know what I'm saying? And his style was so unorthodox. Like, he'll say blah 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 blah, and then he'll rap all this other stuff, right? And then he say blah 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 up here, and then it's like, wait a minute. It just worked itself around and it connected to everything else he had said before. Like, his style was ridiculous. So, R.I.P. to one of my favorite rappers, MF Doom. Also, 2020 was a depressing year. It was very depressing. And not from a personal standpoint, but just because the environment. So many people, I've never seen so many people just look lost. So many people look like they don't know what to do next, and all this readjustment with wearing masks, and like you said earlier, so many people made their transition. 2020 was a very trying time. And go ahead, man.
You know how you see these movies and the bomb will go off, and then you just hit a ring, and the people be walking around in the days. That's what it sort of looked like. You could tell people just. Nobody's themselves. I don't think anybody's themselves, because everybody's a little worried. I was in the store today. I was trying to let a lady go past me. She's like, I'm trying to respect COVID. I was like, man, that's why I'm trying to let you go past me.
I'm trying to respect COVID.
Yeah, you're trying to respect COVID. I'm trying to, because she's an older lady. Right. Go ahead, lady. I'm trying to respect COVID. And she walked. I'm looking like, okay.
She want to respect COVID. Huh?
So even the conversation is different. Everybody's energy is different. Nobody feel comfortable with stepping close to the next person, because nobody knows.
Nobody knows. That's true.
There's no guaranteed way as to how you would get COVID, so everybody's trying to avoid it, which makes sense to me.
It makes total sense.
But as a result of that, everything is different. The body language, the conversation, you wearing masks, the shot you know, the new vaccine. Are you gonna take the shot? Everybody's, you know, iffy about that. I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people iffy about the shot.
I'm not taking it.
I can understand.
that,
I can
though.
understand and respect your
I
perspective.
ain't taking that shot.
But people don't know what to do. So a lot of people, you know, they need to be told what to do next, or they say the shot is they said we need to take it. But from what I've been told, and I'm pretty sure you as well, normally when they're coming out with a vaccine, they don't come out with it that fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what do? Do you rush and take it? Nobody know the after effect 2, 3, 4 years from now. So there's been no real scientific study as far as data down the line. So it's tricky, bro.
It's real tricky out here. But I will say this. You gotta always look for the brighter spot in life, because it ain't always depressing, you know.
That's true.
It's a bunch of people still out here living their life, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we all gotta, you know, life is about making adjustments, you know what I'm saying? And people keep saying, I can't wait till it get back to what it used to be. Well, it ain't never going back. It's time don't go back. You know, time only goes forward. So make your adjustments, find that inner peace, find that inner happiness, and get back into your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't over. I mean, ain't none of us dead. You know, if you watching this, you ain't. You know, ain't none of us dead. But you can't forget that your life is still yours. You know, of course, you know, no one know what COVID is actually doing. We can't. It's unpredictable right now, and that's why I don't think that a vaccine can really deal with something that's airborne. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me personally. I can be wrong. I'm not a virologist or anything like that, so I don't know. This is just strictly opinion. But I don't see how something that's airborne. How could a vaccine deal with something like that? You know what I'm saying? Because what if it flips? And then, you know, because they say it's going to turn around, right? Yeah. It's going to become worse, you know, over this winter. So, but what if it flips and it morphs into something different? You know what I'm saying?
Now you got to come out with a
now you know what I'm saying? Like it's a continual situation here. So I'm not against anyone who want to do the vaccine. I'm just pro not vaccinating right now because I don't know what's going on. And I'm not about to be the lab rat that you experimenting on to see what happened. Because I've seen people who said they took the vaccine. I seen the one video with the nurse where they gave her the vaccine and she passed out like immediately after she was doing the press release. A few people, they got Bell's palsy. If you don't know what Bell's palsy is, your mouth gets paralyzed to one side. These are just some of the side effects. Look, I don't need none of that in my life. I just don't. I need to be, right now, what I would suggest people should do, and I'm not a doctor, and I'm not practicing medicine. What I suggest is, man, strengthen your immune system as much as you can. You know, try to eat better, get better sleep, drink plenty of water, get exercise. You know, think healthy thoughts. Go and help other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's healthy.
And I get what you're saying, but the way society is set up now, it's difficult for people just to go get exercise because of how the job market is. And some of these jobs are so demanding. We're paying wages that don't, you know, that keep up with what you're doing for a living. That people, after I get off work, I gotta go drive Uber. You know what I'm saying? But
see, like even with that, see, this is getting into the predictions of 2021, right? There are going to be a bunch of foreclosures this year. America is about to turn into Europe. Meaning, what do I mean by that? All of Europe is a rental market. You don't own your own property. So here, ownership created equity and value for people to become wealthy. Well, if the government removes that from the majority of people, because most people can't afford their mortgages anymore, they can't afford to pay the property taxes, America's going to have to become a renter nation. Very few people are going to be able to own property. And I think that's exactly where we're going, and that's an opportunity for those of us who can see the future and want to activate and act on the future. Because it'll be massive opportunities come wealthy, massive opportunities, because there's going to be very few people who actually own properties. So that's just my forecast of what I see coming, because so many foreclosures are going to come like immediately. I mean, like, you know, people ain't paid. They had this, what do they call those things? A moratorium where they suspend for a certain period of time, and so people been living without paying rent, and they've been living without paying mortgage for almost a year now. Well, the bank still got to get paid, and if you ain't got their money, they come. Business don't care about what you think. So how about how you feel, anything like that. So I'm saying all that to say, look at the future. I can't tell nobody what to invest in, but definitely do some homework, because it will definitely benefit you.
Yeah. But in saying that, you're going to have to get yourself together mentally, because there's a lot of people offbeat. Yeah. And you can tell when you talk to them, energy low. Yeah. Don't look the same. Everybody got this blank look on their face. I just gave the example about when you ever watch these movies and somebody set off a bomb and all you hear is the ringing and somebody's talking, you can just see them out. It's like people are in that stage, that dazed, confused stage. And it's going to be a minute before people bounce back, because we never know if things are going to be the same, which I'm like you, I don't think they will be. So what's next? People are fighting for that because people don't know what's next. People losing their jobs. Some of these companies ain't ever coming back. No. I know they always focus on the restaurant industry. I don't know how many restaurants they said in Chicago closed, but they said most of the restaurants ain't coming back. I saw some key restaurants downtown closing up. I mean, big name restaurants. Did Lawrence close up?
Oh, they did?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I think they did. And there was another big name restaurant downtown Chicago that said they closing their doors. So will a lot of these hotels bounce back? But I know for a fact, them hotels are probably 50% empty, if not more.
If the travel industry don't improve, they're gonna suffer a lot. They're gonna suffer a whole lot.
But it just shows you how it's crazy how the world is set up as far as paying people, because just based on what we're seeing with COVID, you see how interconnected society is, but they never broadcast it like that. If you got the COVID going on, the travel industry's going to suffer. The vacation spots are going to suffer. Hotel industries, so that plays into the food. So now the hotel ain't ordering food, water, beverages, pops, etc. for 10,000 guests that's going to be staying in this hotel over the next 7 days. Now it's only going to expect 500. You know what I'm saying? So everything plays a part. But how it's set up, man. I mean, the majority of us ain't looking at the world like that, because there's only a few people that's really getting paid off of it anyway.
That's true. We are moving into a more automated world, meaning that robots are going to take jobs, because a robot don't need a break. Robot don't need rest. A robot can work 24/7.
I give you this. I remember a year and a half ago, I'm not going to say the hotel that I saw this robot in, but there's a robot when I walked in the hotel, taking the guests a bottle of water up to their room. And I'm looking at the robot go past me like this. I was like, wow. They're like, isn't that fancy? And I'm looking at her like, bitch, you about to lose your job. I kid you not, remember, if anybody, old heads would know this, the Jetsons, remember the little robot maid they had? It was one of those, but it was half the size. It was probably up to my waist. I think that wherever they were sending the robot, I'm looking at them programming the robot. The room ordered some extra towels and some water. They put the towels in the robot and about 2 bottles of water, close the robot, and I watched the robot go get on the elevator, and I was like, wow. And the lady was like, isn't that something? That is amazing. I was looking at her like, you about to lose your job, baby. I'm not trying to be funny, but you talking about how everything's becoming. Man, this is in the hotel. This is a major hotel down. So if it's starting at that one, that's not going to be only a hotel they're going to have robots in.
They already are talking about UBS, the universal base salary.
Heard about that, yeah.
And people, this is the time to get your skill levels up. I'm telling you. And this is something I want to talk about too. Because, we always talk about 400D, and the reason why we in the 400D, because, we've been playing defense for over 400 years, and we can't win playing defense. You got to get some offense going. I want to say this to my people out there. I keep talking about, you should really think and consider becoming an entrepreneur. You really should consider it. If you got anything that you just do naturally, and somebody like, man, you're really good at that, that's probably just what you should be doing. You should probably turn that into a business. And I want to say this. The only reason why people are not succeeding. Well, let me do this. Let me make it more positive. There's two things that make you a successful individual. Just two. This really is just two. Your ability to communicate and knowing how to sell. If you can sell, if you can communicate and then sell well, I mean, man, you ain't worried about what's going on out here because you understand that there's always opportunity there. And the world operates off commerce. Someone has to buy something. Someone has to sell something. That's how this thing keeps going, as far as human beings and capital and stuff like that. So without that those two abilities, knowing how to sell and knowing how to communicate, it's going to be damn hard to make it in an automated world. Then the UBS thing is really going to kick in for those people who don't have no skills. Just like what Link is today. It's going to be like that, except it's going to be across the board.
Yeah. Because I just got through mentioning major companies where I saw robots. I heard this is I think 2018 they passed a law where they can have robot driving trucks. Just a matter of time before the industry all of a sudden you see trucks driving down the highway.
Yep.
Just like you see these cars and they selling us on the emotion. Ooh, your car can park itself. But if it can park itself, goddamn it, it can drive itself.
And then it don't need you in it.
You already got that in the auto industry where everybody used to work at the Ford plant, the Chevy plant or wherever. All of a sudden, you don't need 5,000 employees. Now I don't need 2,000 because the other half is ran by robots.
Yep. So, telling y'all, I get in front of the issues that you got right now. I know, again, with 2020, it was like it beat a lot of people up. It beat a lot of people up. Thankfully, I wasn't one of them. I was really working on keeping myself healthy. I really stayed in the crib a lot. I got a lot of chance to like meditate and do what I needed to do in order to improve my life. And really get some things going for myself. But what affects us mentally affects us emotionally. And I just want to implore y'all to just do stuff that's going to bring joy into your life. And I don't mean on an immature level. I mean on a mature level. If you got an idea, man, pursue that idea. Trust me. Pursue it. It's nothing to stop you but you. I mean, if someone tells you, no, I don't want that, that's the equivalent if you ever played chess and you get to a point on the chessboard where you can't make either person can't make another move. That's a stalemate. That's all I know is. You didn't lose nothing, you didn't win nothing. It's a stalemate. But I will tell you this, that if someone tells you yes, you better be prepared for that yes. Because yes will expose you if you ain't really prepared. And I think some of us are so gung-ho and ready to hear the yes, and then when someone says yes and we're not prepared, man, that yes and you're not prepared, that can spread, because then it spread to other people and other people. You know how it is, you go to a restaurant, you're like, man, I ain't never going here no more. And then you tell this person about your experience, and they're like, well, yeah, that Marty had a horrible experience. Then they tell, oh man, well nah, I ain't going there. I ain't going there. It's just like this when you see a great movie, the same thing. On the reverse happens. Word of mouth starts to spread. So just make sure you're ready to hear the yes. There's nothing wrong with hearing no. You're gonna hear a lot more no's than you will hear yeses. Promise. I promise you that. But those yeses, when you're ready, it's gonna pay off.
Yeah, but if you're gonna go on that journey, you have to start changing the baseline of what you guys do. Meaning, when I say the baseline and you guys, I'm talking about your conversation and your crew. Because somebody in that crew got to be like, hey man, the game changed. We got to quit sitting around talking about shit that doesn't matter. You have to start talking about stuff that can change your life for the better. Anybody got? I recommend it just to some people that I know. At least for the first hour when we get together from now, for the first hour, let's talk business. If you need to get you a drink, you get you a little vodka and cranberry juice or a beer, water, whatever you drink. When y'all sit down for that first hour, we're gonna sip. Got your notepads, what we talking about? I mean, because it's got to be that. Then after the first hour, okay, then you get into your, kicking it stage. But what we got to do, we got to start changing this order, because we get into kicking mode and nobody ever pay attention to business mode. And next thing you know, you ain't got no damn business. And then the world dictates what you do, and most of us ain't got a lot. You just got through talking about how they may set some type of a standard as far as people getting X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So to avoid that, you're gonna have to be creative, because this game gonna be different. It definitely be different. So
it's gonna change. I mean, and for those who know, this is an opportunity. For those who don't know, man, you're gonna get caught up in the world.
Yeah, and you can kind of see that on a larger scale. Bless you. On a larger scale, you can kind of see it. For example, people that watch sports, y'all see these games being played without an audience. They trying to figure out how they gonna get this shit together, because hey man, you talking about a stadium that holds 20, 30, 40,000 people. Now you got nobody there. That's you losing revenue.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I know that I think that it's University of Michigan. I think their football stadium holds like 100,000 people.
Damn.
Imagine that, dog. You got at least 4 to 5 home games, and you talking 100,000 people. That's at least 500,000 coming to watch you play a football season at your home stadium. Now you're talking about all the hot dogs. See what I'm saying? How it trickles down. Everything's affected. So we get to see these little glimpses into how COVID has affected certain industries. Just talking about the sporting industry. You see these basketball games, they had to play in a little bubble, the NBA playoffs, and nobody could leave. You know what I'm saying? Everybody played in the same spot. I know they're just talking about something with the college basketball tournament. They're thinking about just having everybody come to Indiana. And we're going to play in 2 or 3 arenas. They're trying to figure out how to do it, because they're trying to keep everybody safe. So again, when it's this COVID thing flip back to the other side, where you can kind of go back into what it used to be, you may not have to go back into that.
Again, like, we gotta adjust. Excuse me, I don't know why. I don't know, it's the water got trapped in me. But anyway, we gotta adjust, people. We gotta adjust. And we can't have this negative, mental and emotional perception of what's going on. See yourself moving through this and coming out on the other side being prosperous. And I don't just mean monetarily, but mentally healthy, physically healthy, spiritually healthy, emotionally healthy. You need that. You need to get around some real good people right now who are very forward thinking, who can help us and help you get to that next level where you're trying to go to, because it's gonna be sad out here. I mean, like, people are really, they not taking this thing serious. And I ain't talking about just COVID. I'm just talking about where we're headed. We're like everybody. I was talking to my man, and he was talking, man, I wish I'd have bought some Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is trading at like $25,000 for one Bitcoin, right? And I was like, man, forget Bitcoin. And he was like, why? I'm like, Bitcoin don't kick off no income. I'm like, if you're going to invest in an asset that pays you every month continuously. Bitcoin, it could go up, it could also go down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's nothing. We get caught up in the hype of a trend. You want to be ahead of the trend, or you want to create a trend. 15 years ago, when Blockbuster was popping, if someone told Blockbuster, hey, it's this thing called Netflix, it's gonna be on your ass, man, you better make the adjustments, you know what I'm saying? They would, Blockbuster like, man, we own this sector. Where's Blockbuster at today?
Yeah.
Out of business.
Yeah, but somebody got to try to have that internal vision to try to see what people ain't seeing and bring it to life. I mean, and if you're listening to this podcast, maybe you should be the one, like I just said, when you sit down with your clique, hey y'all, when we get together next week, here's what we're gonna do. And at least, and let this be the practice stage, at least for the first hour, when you sit with your crew. If it's 2 of y'all, if it's 10 of y'all, if y'all drink water, if y'all drink beer, whatever you do, for the first hour, and by the way, I recommend this, if you're gonna drink alcohol, everybody get one drink. One drink, because we talk business. So you can, they do have drinks when they have a business meeting. My man, he got him a martini. So you can have your little, again, vodka and crème, whatever you drink. But we talking big, sit down with your pad. What are we trying to do, y'all? What do y'all see? Somebody's going to see it. If it ain't somebody in your crew, maybe it's you. But the basis of that's got to start happening as far as your conversation got to change, because can't sit around and keep talking about shit that don't bring you any results that you need to have. Like, I always talk about these TV shows, but a lot of times when we get together, and I understand because we want to have a good time with each other, but we ain't talking about stuff that move us forward on the planet.
No.
And I'm not knocking you for it, but because the game's going to be different now, you have to change up some of your methods. I recommend for the first hour, when y'all get together, it ain't got to be for the every time y'all get together, but at least start trying to see how it feel. We're gonna do this for the next 2 times we get together. We're gonna get together at least twice over the next 2 months, and let's discuss business. Let's talk about possible avenues that we can look at or go into. Maybe somebody at the table got an idea that they never mentioned to anybody. That could be a jump start for you all to launch into something different. What you just gave the example about Netflix versus Blockbuster. I remember when Blockbuster was the stuff. And it's funny because I'm sort of a visionary. I remember when I first heard of Netflix, I was like, I can't wait to see it. I couldn't see it, but I was like, I can't wait to see it. They didn't need me to see it, because 10 years now, guess what I do? I look at Netflix. You see what I'm saying? That's why when you get together for that first hour, sit down, start talking about stuff that people can't see. Don't be afraid to bring some shit out, because something else coming out next. And you're going to have to use it, because they don't care what you say. I mean, hell, remember when everybody didn't have cable? I remember when On TV and Spectrum was out.
Yeah.
For all you young bucks, y'all don't know what we're talking about.
It was only 2 cable channels.
Yeah. And most of us didn't have cable. You had 2, 5, 7, 9, 32, 26, 44, 50.
50.
Yeah.
And 66.
And 66.
Yep.
And if you had the antennas, and if you had a bullshit TV, it was snowing on your TV every day.
And TV used to cut off at a certain time.
Midnight. That little bullshit.
Like,
that bullshit. Yeah.
Used to cut off at a certain point.
TV cut off. I know these new jacks when TV cut off. Shit used to go off.
It did not. TV was not 24/7.
No, sir.
It was not 24/7.
And if you missed your program, you would have to wait next week for your program to come on. And again, we only had maybe 12 channels. Maybe
12 at best.
Maybe 12 channels. Now you got 5,000 channels. We have 12 fucking channels, and half of them didn't have shit on. I remember, was it 44? The Spanish channel?
Yeah, that's what Spanish. Yeah.
They only had one channel.
Yep.
I remember Spanish people had one channel.
And it changed to that because they used to show like all them little kid cartoons and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they bought that channel.
Yeah.
So, but again, look at what we're talking about. That changed from 12 channels to infinite amount of channels we got today, right? Yeah. So life is always moving forward. If I can tell y'all one thing, listen to me. Use the future as your ally. Don't look at where you at. Forget about yesterday, because you can't change yesterday. Where you at is a result of yesterday, but change your ways to move into the future, because that's where you can be where you're at. I say this all the time. I know he tired of me saying it, but I'm gonna say it. Black people, we are notorious for saying tomorrow is not promised. Granted, that saying has a bit of truth to it, because everyone has a limited amount of tomorrows. Everyone. However, the beautiful part of it, we don't know when those tomorrows are going to come to an end. So act like you're going to be here forever and forge a future. Because why? The promise lives in tomorrow. Because it's not here. So anything you can conceive of that and forget all them people talking about, you just got to be passionate and all. No. Have an idea and see that boy through. You know how many people do stuff they don't like?
Most of the people on the planet.
Most of the people on the planet. They are not passionate about getting up early in the morning and going to work for somebody else. They not. But you know what? They do it. You know why? Because there's an exchange going on. Do that same thing for yourself. Do the same thing for yourself. The promise lives in tomorrow. So stop saying tomorrow's not promised. Act like you're going to be here forever until tomorrow proves you wrong. Act like you're going to be here every day.
Well, listen,
with a purpose.
Not to cut you off, but since you're talking about tomorrow, let's transition into 2021. What are you expecting out of this new year, man? 'Cause God blessed us to start over as far as the year. We made it through 2020, but now we made it to 21. We're on day number 5. What you looking forward to in this new year, brother?
Personally or as a whole?
Actually, both.
Okay. Personally, I'm gonna hit a lot of new targets for myself. You don't know what you don't know. You just don't. And so I just found out some things that I didn't know. And I've been trying to get to a certain point my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but a majority of my life. And I didn't know how to get there. And I finally got someone to show me how to get there. So monetarily, I'm going to hit new highs. Physically, I'm working on losing about 50 pounds right now. Emotionally, I am like meditating every day, giving myself 20 minutes to myself with no interruptions. You know what I'm saying? No outside stimulus. When I get up in the morning, I ain't checking my phone, see what's going on Instagram and emails and all this and that. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is give thanks. And then I go into quiet time for just to hear me, to calm myself down, keep myself cool, and be like, I'm gonna have an easy day today, you know. So I'm creating a ritual for myself, work out after that, or work out before I go to bed. Incorporate more vegetables into my health, because I was a long time I was not eating vegetables because they kind of got a bitter taste to me. But I'm making 2021 my best year. I'm gonna hit a lot of targets because I know I was carrying a lot of baggage, and I had to ask myself, why am I carrying this baggage? And this baggage is old. And the thing is, a lot of times what happened to us, we define ourselves by what happened, and that's what I was doing. Instead of redefining myself from what happened, saying, yo, that happened, that's not me anymore, I'm moving on. I'm letting go of all this that was there, because I can't carry this with me. And I'm not just saying this because it's a calendar flip, because it's really, every day is a new year. Today is January 5th, 2021. What, today is the 5th, right? Well, last year it was January 5th, 2020. So every day is a new year. But he asked me the question, so I'm telling you. So anyway, but far as what I see, far as the earth, the human populace, I see things getting worse. Actually, I really do. I think last year was a test run to see how people would respond, and we didn't respond well. And I think things are going to get worse this year. I can't tell you how it's going to get worse. I just think things are going to get worse because human beings don't respond well when they can't have it their way. They just don't respond well. So a lot of people are not getting their way, and so they're not responding well. So I think crime is going to go up a lot. I really do. Because people just don't have, and I think it's going to go up a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of mass incarcerations this year. We might see a lot more police shootings. I think this year is going to be a lot more challenging than 2020 was as a whole. But on a personal level, it's going to be my best year.
Okay. Well,
what about you?
I'm just trying to finish what I started last year because of everything got shut down. You got to be careful. You got to protect yourself from COVID. A lot of people got sick. You're trying to prevent from getting sick, so everything got shut down. Everybody pumped on their brakes. So, of course, got a couple of ideas that I've been working on with some people, including yourself. I want to see those projects through in 2021. Just what we was talking about as far as being creative, which is what he and I do a lot, as well as us dealing with other people. I just want to bring those projects to life in 2021. Stay healthy, and just keep it moving. If I can help people, again, for those of you who have heard us talk before, I have a giving spirit. I love helping people. I want to kind of get into that arena as far as assisting people, especially sports-wise. I'm pretty good at it. I would love to kind of bring that out a little bit more this year, but that's going to kind of be more kind of on the back end and stuff. As far as the world, hoping that it gets better, but there's this big question mark that's all over the whole globe, not just America, that nobody knows what's coming next. And you don't hear anything good right now. We just heard the secret recording of Donald Trump talking about, hey, nigga, find me 1,300 votes or whatever he said, 13,000 votes so we could
win the election.
Again, just like, wow, dog, how you just say that out in the open like that? But anyway, little bullshit like that. I mean, I'm hoping that things get better, but it's hard. It's really hard to see it because you ain't hear nothing positive in the news. Nothing.
No.
Everything is always like it's cloudy outside with the news. You know, it's always scandal and bullshit. It ain't like, hey man, we could see a bright horizon, maybe starting the first of spring. You don't hear none of that. Everything, there's another strand of COVID. I mean, everything is like, oh, y'all better keep your guards up, stay in the house. So, you know, I mean, what does that mean for everybody? I don't know. But somehow you're gonna have to figure out how to kind of keep it moving because you ain't got no choice. Everything on the planet keep moving. Nobody can stop. When you stop, you're dead. So you're gonna have to find a way. Again, I recommend you start finding people that you associate with that thinks like you or better than you, or get on that internet and find somebody that's giving positive advice and vibes where you can tap into and start to kind of become a positive person. Some people don't know how to think to be creative.
But that's true because, I mean, like, it's easy to go negative. It's so easy to go negative because we live in a negative environment, so it's very easy to go negative. But I will say this too, is that what we see in the world is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. You know, it's a lot of people that's happy out here in the world. They enjoying themselves. They not letting this stuff, you know, interrupt what they want to do. And I applaud those people. You know, like, don't let what's going on, there's all that negative, noise just keep going on and on. Like, I don't watch the news at all. I don't know nothing going on. I promise you I don't. And I do that for a reason. Because I could be negative myself. I don't need no assistance. I need no assistance. So when I want to know what the weather is, I just go on the weather channel. Oh, today gonna be okay to this? Okay, all right, cool. I tune out everything else. Why? Because I need to tune in to me. How else am I going to affect change in my life if I'm not tuning in to the most important channel in my life, which is me? If I'm not tuning in, then I mean I'm tuned out. That means I'm subject to everything that's going on. And that's basically what the world wants us to do. Become a subject to everything outside of you instead of what's going on inside of you. I just told y'all I had defined myself by things that happened in my past until I came to the realization, why am I holding on to that? That's over with, that's done, that's dead. I can't resurrect none of this. And why would I want to?
Yeah, but when you say stuff like that, going back to what I just said about helping people, he like to do the same. So when you say, I'm not trying to bring my past in, it's over and done. A lot of people don't know how to make that shift or that change. I'm bringing this up because he like to help and coach people.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I do. I coach people.
So that's right. He really didn't mention that, but again, I do as well. I know for a fact he does. I pay more attention to the sports side because I come from that type of background, but I love helping people anyway because that's just what I do. But we saying all this to say that we like to help coach people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if by chance you don't have anybody to assist you, I mean, hook us up. Look us up.
Yeah, we right here.
Right. We ain't got shit but time. Ain't nobody party, nigga. Ain't nobody out there getting it, nigga. Hey, we can sit down and seriously help people. I mean, I love helping people. I don't like seeing people struggle.
See, since you brought that up, let me explain this thing. All right, so I consider myself a transformational leader. I'm a coach, consultant, teacher, speaker, transformational leader. I'm writing a book called Winning is an Inside Job, the science on how to get out of your own way. Because 99% of the things goes on in our life because we're in our own way. the 1% only validates why we're in our own way, because the 1% exists outside of us. So what I do is I create strategies and systems to help people look toward the future. I'm not an ist. When I say I'm not an ist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, I'm none of the ist things. However, I do have strategies and a system that can help you move forward incrementally. Because again, we can't change yesterday. Ain't no such thing as the present, because the future is always coming. Always. The future is always coming. And once we get to understand the law of cause and effect, that when this happens, then we'll start seeing a difference. Well, if I do something different, that should produce a different result. The thing is, we keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. What they say is clinical insanity, and that's why we're not happy, because we're doing the same thing over and over again. But once you do this, then a different result is guaranteed to happen. Is it the result that you want? Maybe not. But you will see a positive because you did something different. And as long as we routine, we're never going to be happy. Because we have aspirations. I mean, everybody want to be rich, but the sad truth is everybody can't be rich. We just can't. But everybody can be happy, because happiness is internal. But we're not working toward that. We're trying to find this and this and this and all this other stuff and believe that's where happiness begins at, and it's not. Happiness begins inside. How many times, I'm gonna ask this question, how many times have you really wanted something so bad, and then when you finally got to touch it, you was like, ooh, I made it, I got that. Then you wore, let's say it was some clothes. After you wore that outfit about 10 times, you don't even have that feeling ain't the same. Mm-hmm. It's over with. Mm-hmm. You on to the next thing now, right? Yeah. That's how we are. Yeah. See, the thing is, it's never about the thing. It's about you doing what it took to be able to have the thing. It's about who you had to become. And so that's my job, is to help you to become. Mm-hmm. That's my job, is to help you to reach the level of becoming that person who now has that thing more than anything. So that's the long answer to a short question.
Yeah. I just think part of it as well is like what you just gave the example of how people, when you get this thing and then you're still not happy, because normally that thing comes with another thing. Mm-hmm. Normally if you, man, I just want to give me some fly clothes. You don't want to get fly clothes and sit in your basement. Mm-hmm. You want to go somewhere. Mm-hmm. So in order to go somewhere, you need the money. Mm-hmm. You want to take a nice vacation. You trying to go, man, I'm trying to go to this nice spot, you trying to do something that's connected to it. So again, it's a package deal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes you may see somebody that, I just want to get this car. Yeah, nigga, but you want to go somewhere when you get the car. Mm-hmm. You ain't trying to get the car, keep it in your garage.
You want people to see you in the car.
You know you're trying to be seen. Yeah. You need some money for that. Right. So we bring up the money part because we live on a planet where you gotta have capital.
Gotta have money.
Yeah, you have to.
Gotta have money.
That's part of what we're talking about as far as assisting people. Again, we see enough stuck people. It's time to get people moving. It's a new year. For those of us who have been blessed enough to make it into 2021, let's try to be smart, think a little different. I say this for the third time. When you're sitting down with your crew, somebody in their crew change the conversation. We're going to change the format. For the first hour, we're going to talk business. Hey man, let's get it. And if y'all don't know how to talk business, get a crew of y'all together. Y'all can reach out to Tez and myself. We'll help you get it started.
One way to reach out to us, you can email us at 400d.tv@gmail.com. 400, the number 400 d.tv@gmail.com. So yeah, if you want to hit us up and you want to talk to us, just let us know. Yeah. I'm available to help people, because I know it's gonna be hell out here. Yeah. I do not foresee it getting any better this year. I know people say, oh, I'm glad it's 2021. Look, the same problems that existed on 12/31/2020 came into 1/1/2021. They sure did. I believe me, they did. They didn't just go away because they flipped the calendar over. They didn't go away. Yeah. But I want everyone to start thinking about how to be more courageous in their life. Because when you have courage, you'll go and make things happen for yourself. A lot of us live in silent scarcity, silent desperation. A lot of us do. I've been there. I've been in silent desperation. I also been in silent, I was scared. I was scared about a lot of things, but I'm gonna tell you this. It's all in your head, because whatever's going on in the world, it ain't out there. It's just in your head. It don't exist in the world. It's just, a lot of us have never been taught how to be courageous and given the confidence on how to go out and make things happen for ourselves. We've been miseducated to the T. However, it's a new day.
Yeah, it's a new day.
You got Big Marvin, you got me. It's a new day out in this piece.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, one thing I enjoy is trying to be creative. I've been doing this since I was a kid, and he does the same thing. Mm-hmm. So we are here to have a nice podcast and inform people. But if you want the personal side of it, man, we could sit down with some one-on-ones, mm-hmm. or it could get you and your crew together. We can come and we can brainstorm with you, help you come up with stuff. We just got through saying in 2021, I just got through saying I'm trying to finish what was jumping off in 20, because everything had to be shut down because this new thing on the planet called COVID had to shut stuff down. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go right back into the things that we were trying to bring into existence, which we're gonna finish. And they're pretty exciting things, mm-hmm. and look forward to sharing them with you all. So again, reach out to us, man. We love to assist you people get where you're trying to go. He just said he wrote writing the book on how to get out of your own way.
Yep, winning is an inside job.
Yeah, it's inside.
The science on how to get out of your own way.
Everything starts in and then comes out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
everything starts in. But see, they teach us that everything is outside of us. No,
you got to eat it to get it in. No, it's already.
No, it's already in you.
And we can tell what's in you. All we gotta do is watch you and listen to you. Like, mm-hmm. Oh, that nigga on some bullshit. Come on, man.
The worst person you can bullshit is yourself.
It's yourself.
It's just the worst person you can bullshit. Mm. You cannot lie to yourself. And I always every coaching session, and if we have opportunity to deal with you, every coaching session, I tell people, do you believe in the proverb that says that the truth will set you free? And if you tell me yes, I know how to go. I know how to proceed from that point forward. I'm not going to spill the beans right now.
I was just going to say, don't
I'm not going to spill the beans, but I know exactly how to proceed after that moment.
Yeah, because we already know what you're going to say.
We already know what you're going to say.
But after you say what you say, you get stuck like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dead in the street, nigga. Mm-hmm. We going to clear the street.
Dead in the headlights, and the car is coming right at you.
Yeah. Again, y'all, we look forward to assisting people. Again, it's a new year. We've been blessed to make it into the new year.
Absolutely.
And we know for a fact it's been very challenging.
Yeah.
And you're going to win. You have to have that type of
you gotta have that
attitude and approach. You're going to win. There's nothing else for you to do. Shit. I mean, don't sit there and just take it and lose.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's destroying humanity right now, is that, we keep saying we can't trust each other. Oh man, you can't trust nobody out here. If you, just do me a small favor right now. Hit the pause button. Go look outside and look at all the cars, all the houses and apartment buildings and the people with clothes on and cell phones and shoes, and everyone who conceptualized whatever that you see out there did not build it. They had to trust somebody to do it. So nothing happens without trust. Nothing. Trust is the greatest ally next to time that you can have if you want to build anything. It's about who can you trust. Because everybody's not a liar. Even though you may have a lot of liars around you. And if you got a lot of liars around you, got to ask yourself, what am I lying to myself about that's attracting these damn liars? But nah, like, man, we on some for real deal. Like, 2021 has to be the best year of your life as well. It just has to.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you ever made. You can make more.
Yeah.
I don't care how much happiness you experience, you can experience more. Yeah. You know why? Because there's so many more levels to who we are.
Yeah.
Now, however, to get to certain levels, you got to dip down. Then you got to build yourself back up and be like, surpass the one you was at so you could jump to the next level. Yeah. This is why I have a hard time when people say they living their best life. And I'm not trying to be like, you know, just an adversarial when people say it. I'm like, do you know how layered you are to say that you're living your best life? Now, you might be living your best life in the moment. And most people are lying when they say that shit. Most people are lying.
Stop that bullshit. Just.
So we too layered to say I'm living my best. You living your best life in the moment because there's too much more potential inside of us that we have not even explored to even say that this is the best.
Yeah, but you know, we get so hooked on these fancy quotes and cliches and all this other stuff. Cause people, man, I'm living my best life. Nigga, stop.
Nigga, stop.
Right, cause you lying. I mean, you know, you see it all the time, but it becomes the popular thing to say. Man, I'm living my best life, dog. What does that mean?
What does that look like?
Yeah, what, right.
And did you get to this best life on purpose?
Right.
Or was it accidental? Because everybody got problems. I don't care who you are. I think that's why I have a hard time with that saying, because it sounds like it's problem-free. I'm living my best life. Ain't no such thing as a problem-free life.
Well, then what's the Lil Duval made the song?
Yeah, I'm living my best life.
It's a jam, though. It's a jam. I like the song, nigga. But people take that stuff to, dog, my man's song's tight, but you ain't living what that song talking about, you know. But yeah, man.
I get it. I mean, I ain't no hater. I mean, I want everybody to win. Yeah. I do. I want everybody to win. But I don't like when I see people lying, though. Yeah. And I think that's the problem, too. We're trying to emulate what we see on TV, not knowing that shit is scripted. I don't care if it is reality TV. It's scripted. There is a script to follow. Because if you don't follow the script, you off the damn show.
Go. Yeah.
So it's scripted. And you can't, life don't happen in 30-minute moments. You know what I'm saying? With 8 minutes of commercial. That's not real life. There's no intermission in life. It's constant. So we got to be honest with ourselves, and when we be honest with ourselves, we got to be honest about taking new actions. First we got to see a new future for ourselves. We got to transform these emotions that we go through, because a lot of us are carrying a lot of turmoil. We're just carrying a lot of turmoil. And 2021 is not going to be nothing different. If you coming in and doing the exact same thing, it's not going to be nothing different. It's going to just be worse. Because that's what happens when you're not working on something to improve your life. And I'm going to say this too. If you want to improve your life, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If you right here and you want to get to here and you ain't never been to here before, boop, you're going to go right here. You got to dip. You got to climb yourself up. Because that's how life is. That's just really understanding it. And I'm not a life coach. Let me put that shit out there. I hate that damn term. Do not call me a life coach. I hate that shit. That shit is the worst fucking term I ever heard in my life. Life coach. I ain't lived enough life to be able to coach you through everything. I just understand certain principles about life because I've been through shit. Just like you've been through shit. Like he's been through shit. But I will say this. Transformation is inside everybody. Yeah. The seed of redemption lives in everybody. Yeah. You could be a straight asshole today and you could be damn near God-like tomorrow. Because the redemption. And when you put your focus and your intention and your commitment and your consistency and relentless action toward things, man, motherfucking magic happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magic will happen.
Yeah. You just gotta learn how to unlock those doors, though.
Yeah. Yeah. And we ain't never been taught because they don't teach that shit in school. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just learned something from a billionaire about how to become a hectomillionaire, right? And I'm like, damn. That's all I gotta do? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, man, he just immediately as soon as I learned, I called Marv. I'm like, man, let me tell you what this dude told me.
It's doable.
It's very doable.
Yeah, it is.
It's doable.
But we understand that some people starting from, there's not a a starting line. Some people ain't even got the damn starting line.
They ain't got no shoes on.
Right.
They ain't got no damn legs.
Yeah. So in saying that, man, we would love to sit down and assist people that need the assistance. So again, Tez gave out the information for you all to contact us. Please do so.
Yeah,
but before we end, let me ask you, our team Chicago Bears made the playoffs. What you think about what you think about the Bears?
Okay, all right.
And I know I flipped real fast, but I
know it's all good.
What you think they going somewhere? Or they going home?
They going home.
Okay.
Chicago Bears. I've been a Bears fan since '83, and they ain't won since '85, '86. And y'all going home, man.
Yeah.
Y'all give it up, Bears. I know y'all get a bonus for making it to the playoffs, but
that's all you get.
That's all you getting. Yeah, it's gonna end up with an L. Now, if y'all win, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be shocked if the Bears win. But I ain't foreseeing no dub. You know, no. They came out the gate good though. Okay. They were like 5-1.
Yeah. And
they ended up with like 2-10 or some shit like that. So, but anyway, yeah, the Bears ain't gonna do shit. What you think?
I don't think they're going nowhere. I mean, I'm like yourself. I've been watching the Bears since I was little, but it's not clicking to me. It's not clicking. Like you said, if they win, I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna win. I think they're playing the Saints. I think they're playing in New Orleans. I don't think that's going to win. I know. So it's unfortunate.
Drew Brees? No.
Yeah.
They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. If New Orleans doing what they normally do, they probably gonna beat the Bears. Yeah. I agree.
But congratulations to the Bears anyway. Y'all ain't shit, but you know.
Good luck, nigga. Good luck.
It still ain't shit. But congratulations to y'all. Y'all played subpar season.
Yeah, but wait a minute. They walked in. They walked through the back door of the playoffs. They didn't win and get in. A team had to lose for them to get in. That's another reason why we don't think they're gonna win. I think the Cardinals lost, so the Bears got in the playoffs. That the Cardinals won, the Bears be at home like us sitting in the kitchen, nigga.
The Chicago Bears, y'all can recruit me and Marvin if y'all want to stay exactly where y'all at right now. Sign us up. We could do one whole season. Just give me the damn minimum contract, and I will play I'll play both sides of the ball. Give me the minimum contract.
Hey, I'm just gonna be the guy that hold the ball when they want to kick extra point. That's all I want to do, nigga. Right here. I ain't running nowhere, goddamn it. Got me out here running around. We're gonna lose. I'll be the extra point holder right here. That's it. Nigga at the ball. That's it. That's all I got for you, Doc.
Hey, I want to play both sides of the ball.
Okay.
I'm 5'9", 225 pounds. I can't run the 4-4 in less than probably about 20 seconds. And
it's 40-yard dash.
20 seconds. So yeah, I'm a 46-year-old man. What you expect?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, y'all ain't gonna do shit anyway, so it don't matter. But congratulations to y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I damn sure wasn't watching the football game long as everybody was, saying Cap was right. Kaepernick. Yeah, I wasn't definitely gonna do that. I'm on code. I stay on code. So, but nah, yeah, we want to thank y'all for watching another great episode of 400D TV, where the offense is guaranteed to be offensive.
Yeah.
I am Tez.
Yeah, I'm just Big Mom. You know what I'm saying?
And man, stay tuned for the next one. And while you at it, leave a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button over here. Hit the bell to get the notification. Share the video, and damn it, make sure you like this shit. Because look, we coming back with more heat in the next one. Mm-hmm. So man, for sure, if y'all want to incorporate us into your life to get some strategies going, hit us up at 400d.tv@gmail.com. Again, that's 400d.tv@gmail.com. And man, we look forward to helping y'all.
Yep.
Share this video with people. Man, it's a lot of people out here, man. So we willing to help. We willing to step up. Because y'all, we ain't going to make it on our own. You can't do it by yourself. Everybody need help.
Yep.
Everybody needs help. And it's best to have people who been where you at and been where you been and who've been where you're trying to go so they can help you get there as well. Again, I'm Big Tez.
Big Marv.
And man, thank y'all for watching 400 DTV. We're going to check y'all out on the next time. Deuces.